You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Hobson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another after show for Castle. It is season 6, episode 13, entitled Limelight. I am your host, Paige Sullivan, joined by my lovely co-host.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tiona Hobson.
And hi, guys. I'm Kate Aquillano.
So we will break this episode down for you. I really liked this episode. I don't know if it was like the celebrity aspect or whatnot, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I wish I had been right.
Yeah, her streak is no longer.
Yeah, I thought I had it with the paparazzi guy, but at the last second, they made that switch on me. But
it was a good episode. The celebrity aspect was cool. I think the beginning, I'm like, there is no leads. Like, what? Like, I was just like going around in circles. I was like, who is this? So I guess they did a good job in kind of.
Well, the reason I didn't think it was what I like to call the momager off the bat was solely because it wasn't her daughter who died. It was Claire. Like,
That's
and
true.
the mom would know the difference between Claire and her daughter, and so that's why I was never really on her. I didn't think she was a great lady.
Yeah.
But
Because this whole time they thought that Mandy was the target, and it was just mistaken that Claire died. So I kind of believe that, but then we obviously find out that Claire was actually the intended target.
I just have to say, like, the reason that Claire died just seems so petty to me.
It's so stupid.
yeah.
I feel bad that some innocent young girl had to die over something as stupid as a tabloid story.
And ticket sales. It's always about money.
Yeah, it's
About
insane.
money.
Make that money. But I think it also, because even when the momager was kind of apologizing at the, and even her reasoning then,
She was a
you
little
understand
crazy.
why I did it, right? It's for you. But when people say that, it's like, well, no, because you're in jail now. So what did you think was going to,
Yeah.
you thought the police weren't going to catch you? You're
There
not.
was, like, no remorse
Yeah.
either. It was like, I did it for you. It was like she was kind of just messed up in the head.
Yeah, then all of a sudden she seemed like that first suspect, the crazy stalker guy. She kind of seemed like a stalker. And I'm like, but that's your daughter.
It's her obsession, though. You know,
Yeah.
her obsession with making money or making her daughter famous
Right.
and like having all of this. It was just creepy to watch. Like, could you imagine if that was your mom? Like, ugh, no
Don't
offense.
get no ideas.
to anybody's mom-magers out there.
There's a lot of you
Kris
out
Jenner,
there.
no offense. I don't think I'd love it. I would have
It
an
would be
issue.
hard. You gotta have that balance. There's that fine line, and I don't think you can keep it when you have those two titles.
How do you stay, like, okay, right now I'm being your mom.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and right now I'm being businesslike. You know, it's like, okay, if you want to quit your tour because you're unhappy, okay. But
As a
really,
manager.
we need some money, so...
Yeah.
So get on stage right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's no... There isn't even, like, a fine line. There's, like, it's just blurred.
Right.
What you can and can't do.
Yeah.
But we start this all off. We have this girl coming out, paparazzi flashes everywhere, asking her if she cheated and what
Right.
happened to Zach and is she going back to rehab. We don't really understand what happens. We just know it's about this celebrity. And we have Beckett and Castle, as always, segue into the couple reading the papers about Castle and his ex-wife canoodling, apparently, which
Yeah.
I think is so funny because even the way Beckett is so sure of the relationship that she doesn't even...
She doesn't. She
She's just-
thinks it's funny.
Yeah, she thinks it's funny, which
know.
I liked.
I love
Yeah, I
that
like that
Castle's
too.
in page 6.
Yeah,
I love
Castle.
Yeah, I love how he's famous enough to be in page 6, but not famous enough for people to actually treat
know.
him like he's famous.
Every
I
time
know.
he's famous, Ryan and Esposito go like this, and because he's just a little famous. I love them.
Yeah, but
It was
they
cute.
reap the benefits of his
Yeah.
little bit of
Heck
fame.
Little
yeah.
bit of fame.
Yeah, like they always. I interviewed Seamus. Oh, not Seamus, but I interviewed him a while ago. Seamus. Oh no, his name is Seamus.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Detective Ryan.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, Detective Ryan. But I interviewed Seamus on the carpet, and he was saying, he's like, you know, Castle dangles like his wealth on a string in front of them, like the car. He'll be like, "Oh, well, I'll let you ride the car if you do this." So it's nice to see, not nice to see, but they make fun of him, but he helps them out too here and there.
Absolutely.
But we have, Pi shows up at the door, interrupts this moment.
We were really excited.
You were excited?
Really excited to see Pi. I was like,
Where is he been?
Pi's back.
I mean, it's
because
been
then
a couple
that Alexis
episodes.
is gonna be there too, and Pi.
Not that I'm a huge fan of Pi. I was just excited to see where the story's going with Pi.
I was like, you can't have Pi and then him just not be there anymore.
Right.
And I think we talked, I don't know if I said it or someone else, but that we wanted Alexis to be involved. I think we all said it last episode that we wanted more Alexis. And apparently the writers were on the same page as us.
They were like, you know what? That's a great idea.
Thank you, Paige, Kate, and Tiona. You're welcome.
You're welcome. We'll be here all season. Feel free to call in or, whatever. If you need some storyline ideas, we're here for you.
Come into the show. We'll tell you our thoughts.
Yeah.
You can make adjustments accordingly. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We only take like a 1% charge.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit. But no, I really liked to see Alexis. I was very excited. The second you saw Pi, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some Alexis.
This is gonna get fun.
Yeah. But so he has to write him a recommendation
I love
letter.
that. I'm like thinking, what is he gonna write about Pi? Doesn't he is it bugs? Am I remembering? Bees. Something about bees.
Okay, when you need a recommendation letter, especially for a grant or whatever you're looking for, wouldn't you go to someone who likes you?
But wouldn't you also go to the celebrity?
The famous author?
I guess. But I just find it I think it's nerve-wracking enough to ask for one.
Yeah.
In Pi's mind, I think Castle, he thinks Castle kind of doesn't hate him as much as he actually does.
Right. Pi's a little naive.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. He seems to let things go over his head. He's very chill.
Yeah, I think he knows that there's something between them where, he might not think I'm not his top person, but I don't think he realizes that,
Right.
He's
it's
close to the bottom.
Yeah.
And I hate that you're dating my daughter.
Right, exactly. Well, we only see Pi for a hot second. We're going to write him a recommendation letter. But then we get into the juicy, murder.
Yes.
And apparently it is supposed to be Mandy Sutton, or Mandy Melody was her character when she was a kid. But I think it's so funny because those of you who watch ABC Family know that there was a show called The Lying Games. And so Mandy Sutton, the actress on this show, was also, her name is Alexandra Chando, I think. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. But she was the lead character on The Lying Games. And so those of you who are fans of her, you got to see her again, playing a very, very similar character to her older role, her last role. But so she's supposedly been murdered between 9 and 11 p.m.
Right.
Apparently she was dropped off by a limo. People got pictures of her. We don't really know what happened. She's just dead in an alley behind her apartment building.
Right.
Which has gates, too. So it's like,
how did you get in there? So many questions come up for the security of this building.
Right. And so they bring in the assistant and, the assistant comes into this crime scene. But so down at the precinct, we have the assistant and the momager. And they're kind of giving information and details and whatnot. But they say that they hadn't heard from her in 2 days. She'd been partying really hard. The only way they kept up was through tabloids. And because she cheated on her boyfriend, Zach.
Right.
And then things kind of went into a tailspin. And
So, yeah.
it's pretty bad.
So she apparently went to rehab and was heading in the right direction, met this great guy, Zach. He builds houses.
Community service.
Great guy. And then she's photographed apparently with her ex-boyfriend, and that's kind of the tabloid story that kind of blows up because she cheated on Zach, and that's why she's kind of getting back into her old ways.
And her ex-boyfriend Jesse Jones is quite a crazy guy.
Yeah, so, we go to visit Zach
Yeah.
first, and then we think, the angry ex-boyfriend probably killed her. Turns out Zach didn't. He has an alibi. He was at the lumber yard, whatever. But he points fingers at Jesse Jones, who apparently threatened her life and tore her apartment up when they broke up. So he just kind of seems like a scumbag. So.
Right.
Yeah. And Jesse Jones was played by Bug Hall,
who
we all remember and love as Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
Why does he look familiar?
He's come a long way.
Come a long way.
Fixed the hair a little bit. Got some new tats, apparently.
His voice dropped.
Yeah. I thought he did a good job, though.
Yeah, he did.
In this role. He was very intense at times, and then not
especially
so.
that scene under the bridge.
Yeah.
We'll get to. But it was good.
We'll get to. But yeah, he was good. But so they're talking to Jesse, right? And then she gets a call from Lainey. Becca gets a call from Lainey. Body is not Mandy. Not Mandy.
The mom's like,
Mandy.
that's not my daughter. So you're like, what? What?
By the way, the mom did a great job acting.
She convinced me.
Because she was in the precinct during the whole investigation.
That's true.
Helping them out, doing everything on cue. So I guess you see where Mandy got her talent from.
Yeah.
All
The
I'm
actress is from her mother.
Yes.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but hopefully it falls
A little bit further.
It keeps rolling down the hill.
Somebody put it in a basket and took it overseas for safekeeping because this is no good, this mother. But so, body is not hers, it's Claire. Claire is the decoy girl. She basically pretends to be Mandy so that the paparazzi don't know where Mandy is. And somehow, she ended up dead.
Do you think this works? And do you think it could work for celebrities?
I watched it on a Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode. They
Someone
sent
dressed-
out...
Oh, yeah, they did.
Do you remember that? They sent out a lookalike. I don't know if it was for Kim or Courtney.
And it worked?
They were
it was
in
for
New
Kim.
York. Wasn't it when they were in New York?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they sent somebody out, and the paparazzi believed it.
See, they should
I mean,
use
you
this
hear
more
about
often.
it. You hear about it sometimes. They used to do it. Wasn't there a movie like The Whipping Boy or something that like
I don't
Leonardo DiCaprio did when he was younger and never mind.
whip
Wait,
people?
what?
Well, it was like it was like the prince. He didn't want to get spanked or something, so it was like they brought in someone who looked just like him to get like the beatings for him.
Wow.
It was something.
We'll
along those
have a little
storyline.
Well, instead of
research
getting
after that.
Yeah, instead of getting whipped, Claire just gets to wear fancy clothes and walk in and
And
out of
walk
buildings.
in and out.
I mean, it's not a bad job to have, but there's always the crazy people out there who,
Exactly.
you know, if this celebrity is in a tailspin like Mandy has been in, then that's kind of dangerous because, I mean, even though it turned out to be her mom, it really could have been any of these stalkers. Like, your life is in danger because they think that you're that person.
Well,
Right.
The mom and the assistant said, like, Claire wasn't supposed to be working last night. Or, like, why, where'd the limo come from? Why was she even there? So that just brings up more questions of,
Right.
like, what was going on.
Well, and they said the limo was ordered by Mandy, which we found out it was not,
Wasn't.
but we think it is. And so they find Mandy. She's passed out in her hotel, and it looks like she's dead with blood.
I thought she had
I thought it
thrown
was
up
throw up.
blood
Ew,
everywhere, so I was really kind of scared to
It
look.
was wine.
Red wine. Not good with white rugs.
I don't think she's worried.
No, I mean, she
Not
can pay
hers.
to fix all that,
Yeah.
so she doesn't care. But they bring her in, and she kind of, she's like, I didn't call for a limo, and I don't really know Claire.
She's kind of fun in that scene when she's, like, half
Super hungover.
Yeah, hung over on that couch, and she's just like all over the place. It was really funny.
Yeah, no.
To me, I'm like,
Can I just lay down now?
she just doesn't really care because
Yeah.
she's still like kind of out of it.
Well, that's Claire.
Yeah. That's like, I think if any of you have ever been hungover, which I'm sure many of you have, we all know the feeling.
Yeah.
It's like when you're trying to talk
Just
to someone
need-
and they're like, not now.
I just
Not
can't
now.
deal
Words
with it.
not making sense. Just
No
be
connecting.
quiet.
Yeah. And I just love the way she's just like, let me think about it. Like, she's like trying to do something, but she's
It's
like,
just
I
not
can't, I
working.
can't. But so she said, even they ask her something and she goes, I can't remember the past couple days. So, which is sad. I mean, it's not something to joke about. Obviously, she shouldn't have been binging as hard as she was, but it was definitely funny to watch.
It was a good little scene.
And so the mom, this is when we first learned about the mom. The mom says something about the tour doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right.
because they want her to stay hidden for a couple days. That's why. And the mom's like, well, not too long because her tour starts. And nobody's going to buy tickets to a dead girl's tour.
Right. Yeah, that should have been our first clue. That
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
have been our first clue that it was the mom.
But they threw us off so much with the mom because she was there helping, because she was,
Yeah.
very active in it
Yeah.
all. That,
And we-
'cause I heard that comment and I kind of thought, oh, maybe it is the mom. But I was like, but it doesn't make any sense for her
Right.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense for the paparazzi because they want to sell tabloids. They want to keep selling magazines. And
And she was
Right.
headed down the right path,
Yeah.
and so they weren't at that time.
And it also just seemed, we think that it was Mandy who was supposed to be killed. And so nobody
Yeah.
really believes that this mom and manager would just kill her client.
yeah,
Right.
if it was supposed to be Mandy, then why would a mom wouldn't kill her own daughter?
Right.
Well, we hope not.
Well,
but
we hope not.
we've seen worse on Castle. But I just think that, they really did a good job of keeping us off the
Yeah.
trail, which I liked. But then we go in, they're looking through all the hate mail, and they find this one so creepy. It has pictures of her
Pictures.
In her
sleeping.
In her bed, she's like, "Oh, that's my room."
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Did you guys know this? That because it was inkjet paper that you can link back to the printer
that
it was printed
true?
to, because you could like find it in yellow dots.
I think
in
it might
there.
be true because Castle stays very true to current technology. They don't
That's
have,
awesome.
Castle's not like all those other shows where they're like, ooh, let me move all these
Yeah.
things on my wall of technology. Yeah. So I think that must be
That's cool.
true
That's
I
really
mean,
weird.
don't print anything you don't want to get
I
traced
mean,
back to you.
on inkjet, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently use regular paper.
Yeah, but then so they
Don't
trace
get that
it back
glossy.
to Ken Castor, who's like accused of stalking Mandy. So they're like, this must be the guy.
Yeah. And even before that, though, so right before they're going to go get Ken Castor, Alexis drops by to see about the recommendation
Oh,
letter.
that's funny.
And she's like, oh, do you remember how much I loved Mandy Melody and I wore the glasses? But she's such a hot mess. And Mandy's sitting right next
She
to her.
like takes the sunglasses off, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like,
oh,
Yeah.
I loved
not
that.
good.
Because Alexis is a sweet girl and she's just talking from what she knows in the tabloids.
yeah.
So, which is sad because I feel like we all do that,
We
people.
all do it because we believe everything we see in the tabloids, and especially when a celebrity dies, like coming to mind Whitney Houston. When she died, she had been in the press for all this negative stuff,
Right.
So people, when they have conversations, like, well, Whitney did this and she did this, and so it's like, well, it's still someone died, so it's like you shouldn't be talking about them, but then you have to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
very interesting, too, because if you pay attention to pop culture, there are so many celebrity death hoaxes
Yeah.
that
Oh my
this
gosh.
is very similar to something like that, where we think this celebrity's dead,
Happens
but
all
she's
the
not.
time.
Whereas this is for a good reason that we think she is, but most of the time it's just mean people making up stories online. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. I like when we see, actual things that happen in the world around us play out in an episode of Castle.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. But so we go to Ken Castor's house, and he's so creepy.
He like
What was he
The
trying
closet?
to accomplish
I
by
don't
running
know.
out of a closet
We
at
laughed
two
kinda
armed
hard.
police officers
Right.
with their guns drawn? And I was like, did you think you were
You're
going
not
to
gonna
get
get
away?
away.
Did you
Nope.
think this was a good
and then
idea? Did
he
you
has
think
like
this
a
through?
whole wall of Mandy pictures, like a shrine, and it's just very creepy.
And I just wonder, they even said, how do you get in her house? It's like gated. It's like you have to have
Yeah.
a passcode.
Right.
There's security. What was he doing? And he says, she needed me.
He was protecting her,
He loved her.
but he was also kind of important in this
he
investigation
knew-
because he wrote down everything,
Yeah, he's so creepy.
and he was like remembering very specific details because he knows when it's Claire versus Mandy. So when Claire got out of the limo, he knew it wasn't her, and he's like thinking if Claire goes in the front, Mandy's coming out the back. So he goes to the back alley and sees a motorcycle.
So the motorcycle goes in at 10:07, comes out at 10:12.
Quick.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, but my question is, how does Jesse must know the passcode to get in.
I'm sure.
That
They
must be-
dated.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So but he goes, oh yeah, it was a red Ducati 800 Super Sport with
Like
gold
all-
wheels and flames and stuff. So we're tracking that down.
Dude, I've been driving my car for 12 years, and I can't remember what color it is sometimes.
Or
when
my
I'm trying to-
license plate.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What license plate?
Meanwhile, he's spitting out something he saw at 10 o'clock at night down an alley.
He pays attention to details,
That's
guys.
yeah,
amazing.
the details, like
He writes it down.
to the point, to the T. It's insane. But so, we're getting information. They say Beckett's like, he didn't do this, obviously, but we're gonna keep him because he's a good witness. And then we go to them joking about Castle some more and all this, which I love. I love Esposito and Ryan and
I love them.
the role they play. I just think it's so cute.
It lightens it up a little bit. It gives you a laugh here and there.
Yeah.
Their little one-liners are great throughout the whole show.
Yeah, especially at the end of this episode, they were really funny. But so we cut away from this whole murder stuff, and we find out, if you were watching, I saw Castle put Alexis's phone down.
Me too.
And I was like, that's weird. But I didn't think anything of it. And then turns out Mandy and Alexis switched phones. So Pie is going off to go see some bees. Alexis is going to go to the hotel. And so she, she's telling Mandy, like, how to fix her life. She's like, don't
drink.
Yeah, and Mandy's like, well, if I don't drink, then I feel, and then my life sucks. And it was kind of cute. But then Alexis went all, like, ramble mode.
Alexis went all Alexis on her.
Well, she was like, I know exactly how you feel. And Mandy's like, how do you know how I feel? And then she's like, saying all this stuff about her life that she wants
Right?
to. Didn't she say, I wish I could disappear from my life? And we're just like,
Yeah, she goes, I
what?
wanted to
Wait,
see-
what's
wait,
going on in
what?
her life and what do I not know?
She's been gone for 3 episodes. What happened?
What is in her life that she's not?
Just what her dad warned her about.
Yep.
Pie, living with Pie. Too quick, too soon, made too many decisions. And now she's regretting it, spending too much time with Pie.
Yep.
She wants him to get this grant, so he moves away.
She's like, we're in a lease. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so she basically just changed her mind.
Yeah, and the sad part about this also is that she is pouring her heart out to Mandy and is like, sorry, I haven't had anyone to talk to. Where, like, Alexis needs some friends.
And she probably had them before Pie came around.
Yeah, she probably had them and then did, what some people do in relationships
Right.
and get very comfortable in the relationship and neglect your friends. And then when you need them, they're not there.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just really sad to see, that she had no one to talk to. And
Or
then
she felt
she's-
she had no one to
Yeah,
talk
she
to.
felt she had no one to talk to. She's not going to go to her dad because he's just be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
She should have gone to Kate. I mean, I liked
That
what
would have
happened,
been a
but
good
she
way to kind of connect more.
yeah, I would have liked to see her talk to Kate about it and like
Nice.
embrace her role in her life. But
Yeah.
but I liked what Mandy said. She said, you need to be true to yourself and get out of the situation you don't want to be in. Leave that situation.
Yeah.
Mandy,
Easier
wise
said than
words.
done. Yeah,
Wise
but
words.
not for Mandy because she's stuck in the rut.
Yes.
But we find out more. Somebody texts her while Alexis is there. This guy Sam, a bartender, and says he has information about Claire, and he knows that she's not dead.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and
Isn't it the worst when someone texts you something like that and then you call them and they don't answer their phone?
Yeah.
she's
It's like, you just text me something like
Answer
that and
your
you're not going to keep
phone.
your phone nearby so I can talk to you about
Right.
it?
He works in a really loud bar, and he
whatever.
can't talk on his phone, even though they go to the bar and it's like dead.
Yeah,
and it's
there's
because it's like
5
4 in the
people.
afternoon. Like, does New York have happy hour? I mean, what were they doing there? But so Alexis goes with her. She's like, you're gonna need
Obviously.
someone to talk for you, blah blah blah. But so she helps her by she can't sext it up enough to get his attention, so she just breaks a glass and gets him to come talk to
Right.
Mandy. And I guess Claire was there last night talking to Sam, looking for Mandy's number, and she wanted to warn Mandy about something. He wouldn't give her Mandy's number, so he gave her Jesse's number, and she sounded upset or whatnot. But the reason Sam knew it was, not Mandy who died, it was because he saw Claire in those clothes and then
Right.
saw on
And
the
he's
news.
like, yeah, this girl
Yeah.
was in the same clothes, so it's obviously
Yeah.
not Mandy.
So someone was looking. Well, they were looking for Mandy, and she didn't find him. And so then we've got all this. We're trying to find Jesse now because of the bike, and now because Claire was talking to Jesse. Like there's something with Jesse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to him in his truck, and there's a gun on the seat, and you're just like, whoa,
That escalated quickly.
You're like,
maybe
whoa.
he did it. And you're just like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So I didn't even realize it was him at first. I wrote guy in truck, and then I wrote / Jesse
Slash Jesse.
because I figured out who
Yeah,
it was.
I saw the tattoo.
Oh
that's
yeah.
Gave
Yeah.
you that. But at that point, I was like, no, this is too easy for
That's
it to
the thing.
be
I
Jesse.
knew it wasn't him.
It's like there has to be more to this story because Jesse doesn't seem like the kind who would kill her, but
Yeah.
I was like, clearly something's going on where he's being set up or something, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
he has the gun right now and it's going
Okay. Well, what does happen though? Like
craziest story ever.
he shouldn't have had the gun because there's just nicer ways to talk to people. But he basically picks up Mandy and Alexis, drives them to this vacant area, threatening them with a gun, makes them get out of the car like he's gonna just like shoot them down. It's so mobster, like.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's telling them this elaborate, crazy story.
And he sounds crazy. He's like, you're trying to confuse me right now because I know it's you. What's going on? I know it was you who's behind all this, Mandy. And you're like, dude,
what happened?
lower the level a little bit.
Yeah.
Calm down. Like, think about what you're saying.
He's not expressing himself correctly.
Communication skills,
Like,
they're
pump,
important.
Jesse.
pump
come
the
on.
brakes, Jesse. Pump the brakes
Yeah.
right quick.
No, for real though. Like you brought the gun out way too early in this game.
It was not necessary.
Not yet. Not yet. But so basically he's saying he got paid $25,000 to kiss Claire.
Fair. And Mandy's like, that wasn't me? I didn't do it?
So, but she couldn't remember, so it seems as though her mom, sorry guys, if you didn't know already, now you know, the mom probably drugged her.
Yeah.
And so she was drugged, thinks she did it.
She saw the picture, she thinks it's her.
Yeah, ruins the relationship.
Sends her down a
Deep
downward
spiral.
It's like, why would you want to? You just saw your daughter come out of this.
Right.
Why
In a
would you want
positive
her?
way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even if you think that Zach is whatever bad for her.
Zach
Yeah,
is.
whatever Zach is.
But it's your
there's
daughter.
other ways. Yeah, there's other ways to get her back on like the right path of like wanting to
Right.
stay in the industry than making her a druggy alcoholic again.
No, you
That's
you
just-
you do it her way.
That'd
Yeah.
be common sense, but whatever.
But
Sure.
my mom would do things differently.
Oh yeah, I would hope all of our mothers do
Yes,
things differently.
I think so.
But so apparently Claire was looking to set things right. She wanted to tell Mandy the truth, and Jesse went to go talk to her and try and talk her out of it. And when he got there, she was already dead.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting paid, so he wanted his money. So Claire couldn't come clean to Mandy because then he wouldn't get his $25,000.
Yeah, and so then it like turns into this whole thing. The cops come, whatever. We all go back to the station.
Do we know how the cops found them?
Probably Alexis's phone or
I
something.
think it must be
Just
tracked.
GPS
Yeah.
and the phone?
GPS.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That you can just do that. Like,
Yeah.
I should shut this off.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, it'd be
And-
good in case I ever was murdered or like
Yeah, it's
trapped
good.
somewhere. But then other times I'm just like, anyone can just hack in and find out where I'm at.
Pretty much.
Kind of weird.
It's insanely
yeah,
weird.
it's-
No, it makes you question like the things you do every
Yeah.
day. You're like, oh,
What are you
crap.
two doing all day?
I don't know, but now I
Well,
kind
I
of want to
sat at
like
home.
drive to a strip club every day at like a
And see
certain
if
time and
anyone
wait there, and then
notices.
that way, like in a couple months, if something were to happen to me, the cops would have to go to a strip club.
Be like,
just
do
to
you
like
know
that
this
she was
woman?
coming here every day.
Do you know this woman? What does she do here at this strip club? Does she work here? No.
But like you never actually go in. You're just
No,
in
I
the parking
just
lot, and they're like,
sit in the
"Wait, I've
parking
never
lot,
seen her." It just adds
Eat a
to the
sandwich and then
adds
leave.
to the mystery.
Yeah, it adds to the mystery.
Exactly. Sandwich to go. Just
Yeah.
head on out. No, seriously though, people. Cell phones. They're creepy. But so we get back and we find out the photog. Okay, so this was in a back room apparently, like where they kissed. So the photog had to have access somehow. It's James Lockhart. So Esposito and Ryan track him down, ruin all his pictures with their hands flying all around, which I loved.
Yes.
Because they're just so funny. They're like, well, we can follow
you
you
around.
all day. Like, are we in your... You can see her, right? Like, are we in your way?
I love them.
The
They're
only
the best.
thing, because a lot of cop shows use that, like, oh, ma'am, well, if you're not going to give us information, then, we'll just come back every day and follow you.
Yeah.
What the person who they're saying that to should actually say is, but won't you have other cases?
Yeah, no.
You're not gonna
I
keep
know you're
coming
not going to
back.
keep coming back every single day to
Right.
ruin my paparazzi shots, but I am glad that they...
Yeah, I'm
It
glad
was
he...
cute.
He says that he got a tip, though, and he wasn't going to give away his source, because as journalists we know, you're never supposed to give up your
Don't reveal
sources.
your source.
So, but he does. He cracks pretty easily, and he gives us Harvey Stryker, who is from Celeb Gazer. He's one of the hosts.
And I thought he did it. I was like, oh,
too.
we kind of got it right because we were both thinking paparazzi, and then we're just like, oh, yeah, we're right.
Like, yeah, makes sense. He
Wanted
to
to
sell
sell
magazines
magazines.
and-
So, like, she was going down the straight and narrow. They needed her to be a hot mess again.
See, I was
close.
I was sitting there thinking, like where there's one hot mess, there's another. If it's not one celebrity, it's the next celebrity.
Yeah.
It's the
True.
next thing happening. So when I was watching that, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't think that... I thought that he staged the photo to get the drama from that, but then something must have happened
To actually
accidentally
kill- yeah.
kill her. Like, it wasn't done on purpose. It
Right.
was like, he found out that it wasn't really her and she was going to say something. So, to keep the credibility of his magazine thing going, he had, like, they got in an altercation and she, I
Right.
don't know, fell on a gun or something.
Like, yes. Harvey got a tip as well, though.
Yeah, from a burner phone, which pinged in the alley when she was killed. So this is the murderer. And apparently, they are stupid. I don't know why you buy a burner phone.
And keep it.
Has she never seen a crime drama before?
You throw it away.
Always get
You
rid of
break
the
it.
evidence. You break it, you throw it in the East River, you what else can you do to it? You burn
Fire.
it,
Burn it, you crush
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Stick it in your
run
soda.
over it with your cart, plant it on someone else.
Good one.
I mean,
good one.
Anything else.
Go
but
put it in
But
Jesse's
keep
car
it in your purse.
no.
and keep it on. At least turn it off. Shouldn't you had to recharge the battery? Because the battery had to die.
It had to.
You took it out, you put it on a
needed
charger.
it just in case she needed to make another phone call.
Just in case there's someone else to kill.
I mean, clearly she
Pretty much.
If you're going to kill someone, at least do your research to do it right.
I think it's very interesting, though, how they do that. They're like, well, we found it, and the person still has it on, so let's just call them.
Beckett's in the corner, like, dialing.
But, like, that could also go very wrong. Like, Mandy could snap and, like, attack her mother. It's, like, one of those things where it's, like, is this the best way to go about it?
You should just come on out with it and just say it direct. But it was
for television, I liked the way it was done.
Yeah.
Reality, maybe not the best tactic. But they arrest her. She's arrested. She's done so. Going to jail. And you're right. It's so creepy. I did it all for you.
It's a weird reaction.
You understand, right?
You know it's for you, right?
No, because now neither one of us is getting anything because I'm still going to leave with Zach and you're going to jail for the rest of your life.
It was weird.
I don't think she's going to leave with Zach. I think, honestly, because at the end, the way they left it, so she's leaving and she's all sad because she's got nothing left.
Yeah.
The papers are going to write about her. But Castle says, I know it's easy to hide, but don't.
Right.
And I think if she's with Zach and she has that person behind her who makes her a better person, maybe she can find the direction she wants to go in her life.
Yeah.
It was really
maybe.
And you don't have to be a hot mess to be successful in Hollywood or
No.
a celebrity. There's so many who have been hot messes who are now, A-list. Look at Robert Downey Jr.
Robert
I mean, complete, 360,
I love him.
180, whatever.
Yeah.
Or even the people who never were that, though. There's so many people who fly under the radar in Hollywood who never have an issue, and they are so successful. You don't have to be in the tabloids to be a success.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't. So, and if you're in them, I mean, that's life.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
I buy it.
But but Alexis is the one who brought Zach back.
It was really cute when she came out the elevator and brought Zach back. It was really nice that she went and
But
found
I
him.
didn't like how she was like, I have to, I wish I made the right decision or whatever the wording she said. I was like, this is dramatic.
She always goes there. Alexis is so dramatic.
But look at her grandmother, though. Look at her.
Yeah.
Are we not going to see Alexis break up with Pi?
I don't think so. I think we're going to come back.
It's done.
So was that the last time I got to see Pi as he was leaving to go check on his bees?
Are you
Bye,
sad?
I just feel like I didn't get a goodbye.
You didn't.
Okay, I'm okay with I don't need one.
I didn't get a last farewell, Pi Castle moment, that's really
maybe there'll be a
awesome.
run-in eventually.
Who
There'll
knows?
be some bee,
Yeah.
someone
they'll
will
stay
die of a
friends.
bee sting, and Pi will be a special correspondent.
Oh, yeah. Bring him in as a specialist.
Yeah.
I would like that. But, so Castle, right after this, Castle's called over. They're like, oh, there's another story about you in the paper. And I didn't bring it up, but, when he was talking to Mandy, he's like, well, I know what you're talking about on a much smaller scale, really small scale. And she's like, I don't know who you are. But, I mean, a lot of people don't know what writers look like.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, even if you put, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. Harry
J.K.
Potter.
Simmons.
J.K. Rowling is who I was
yeah.
thinking. Simmons.
Sorry, he's an actor.
Oh.
Who are we talking about?
J.K. Rowling.
But if you
That's
put
the
J.K.
one.
Rowling in front of me, I know J.K. Rowling, I know she wrote the book, but if you put her in front of me, I might not know it's her.
Yeah,
I'd
you
be
put-
like,
Well,
Yeah.
even
If she's in
Stephen
a
King,
room.
I know what Stephen King looks like, but if he's in a room, I'm not gonna point him out.
no, I wouldn't notice. I just,
Yeah,
it's
Because you're also not expecting it. It's
Yeah.
they're not in the tabloids like how the actors are and stuff. You know?
Right.
they're written about, but
Yeah,
not in that
But not in that
sense.
sense. It's usually, you see their professional picture on the back flap of
Yep, their
book
author
cover.
picture.
You're like, it's so tiny. You're like, what do they look like? Oh, okay.
You get the magnifying glass.
Yeah,
out.
and then, they look nothing like that in real
I
life.
bet-
Castle is a little different.
I
I
was
feel
going to say
like.
Castle probably has that whole, how sometimes the whole back cover is the
Oh,
author's
heck
face?
yeah.
That's Castle's books, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
But so we bring him over. Apparently in the paper, there's another story announcing his engagement. And Beckett did it because she says, I realize you're somewhat famous.
Yeah.
So she was getting phone calls from her dad, saying like, "Oh my
You're
gosh,
not
did you guys-
together
you're not-"
anymore?
yeah, and it is hard because I could see, being a civilian who's dating a celebrity and have to have your family read this stuff and them
Yeah.
not really understand that not everything is true.
Well,
Right.
I was surprised because she puts it in because she's usually very private, but of course she put it in for those reasons. But then they were very affectionate in the middle of
Yeah.
the precinct.
And they're not supposed to
And
be.
they're not, and they never are. So, like, that little moment was very out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But I have to say, like, so they go into Canoodle, and then there's Ryan and Esposito.
It looked
Yeah.
like mom and dad and then the 2 kids
Yeah,
just
it was-
like popping up like.
Yeah, it was actually very cute. But then he, Castle goes, "Oh, is it accurate? Does it say we're getting married in space?" And then she just walks away, and she's like, "No, babe." But I thought they were gonna kiss, and they
I did
didn't
too.
kiss. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
But they're at work. They're not, that's the agreement.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I like the ending.
It was cute.
Did like
It was
the
very
ending.
cute. But so this episode overall, I really enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and we broke Tiana's streak, so she's no longer on top.
Yeah, there was a couple good twists.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe
I'll
next
come back
week.
strong next week.
Next week.
Next week, we'll
She's going to
see.
redeem herself.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
keep a tally. We're gonna have to keep a tally. But until next week, do we have any predictions?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I know that Alexis is, her and Pi are probably done, but I'd like to see her still living out on her own. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to come back to the nest. I think
Right.
that Pi should maybe go home, and then she'll keep their apartment because they do have a lease.
Yes.
I think it'd be good for her. And like, who wants to be there with her dad getting remarried? Just
And, like,
off-
grandma.
Yeah. Just
a lot of
hang out.
people.
I also think Alexis needs a drink. Because the way she
Yeah,
was,
loosen up.
Yeah, loosen up a little bit. Maybe I want her and Mandy to become
They're going
best
to be
friends.
BFFs.
too.
I think they could do good for each other.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't
but
think it's
I
gonna
would have liked
happen,
it.
but next week looks fun with the fashionista. I like how we went from celebrities this week's in the tabloids, and then we're getting like fashion next
Yeah.
week, and it's all very much Hollywood.
And if you like Anna Wintour, I think this is based
Yeah.
on her.
Yeah. Well,
kind of.
I say this every week, but I want more wedding planning and I want wedding
think you're getting it.
dresses, which fashion.
Yeah.
Maybe we get some wedding dresses next week.
I'm pretty sure, spoiler alert if you haven't been online, I think I saw pictures of
Really?
Kate in the wedding dress. I think. I was trying not to look at anything, but I thought I saw a wedding dress. It could have been a model.
Maybe they.
But it may have been Kate.
Maybe they solved the case, and as a thank you,
She gets a wedding
she
dress.
gets a
She gets a
wedding
wedding
dress.
It's like Sex in the City for Castle.
Yes,
Oh.
Sex in the Castle.
Yes. Yes. You know what?
I
Actually,
really want to know what type of dress she's gonna wear.
I know. I'm just like, this whole season, like, they're not doing enough wedding planning. Like, this is supposed to be
They're
building up
milking it.
to this
Yeah.
wedding. I want the wedding.
Sometimes
gotta
I
milk it.
forget that they're supposed to have a wedding because they'll drop it in every now and then,
I
like
know,
one
but, like,
line. But I'm like, come on,
Let's
give me
make
more.
some like decisions on the colors, bridesmaid dresses, invitations, place, not space.
Yeah.
Just like the actual place.
The venue. Yeah.
I want
No,
some info.
I would love that. I agree. I think next week I'm really, really hoping with the fashion we get wedding dresses. I hope we just get Martha in there. I miss her. I would love to just see, I don't know, I like when the cases involve, the precinct more. I like when we learn more about Ryan and Esposito. I would
Yeah.
love to see, we're coming up on Valentine's Day. Are we going to have Eleni and Espo?
Please.
Something. Because we've had, didn't they go on a date last season on Valentine's Day?
Maybe.
I can't remember. I've watched so many seasons of Castle, I can't remember which year.
They're
Like,
meant to be together, so just go on a date.
Go on
so,
a
like,
date.
make it official and let us know what's up, okay? But I don't think he's gonna hook up with the engineer lady.
No.
That's not happening.
I hope not.
But let us know
I
what
already forgot her name. Sorry to interrupt.
Tori, I think.
Tori.
Okay.
Yes, but let us know what you guys think. Go to iTunes. You can rate, comment, tell a friend about our after show, and visit any other after show at AfterBuzz TV. We have plenty for whatever you're looking for. Also, keep the conversation going on Twitter. You can tweet AfterBuzz at AfterBuzz TV, and you can tweet myself at Paige Sullivan.
You can tweet me at the Tiona Hobson.
And you can find me on Twitter at Kate Aquillano.
So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.